Hey, this morning we're going to take a look at the Find Land feature in the Aldo platform by Offsite. This is the main feature of the free tier, and it works, similar to other land search tools. It's map based, and we're going to start just by playing around. So you can see we're in New York right now. New York State is our main focus at the moment and where all of our data lives while we're launching our beta. But we can go ahead, we can zoom in, zoom in to see parcel boundaries. Let's take a look outside of Kingston, and we'll just zoom into a somewhat rural area. And once we hit significant zoom, it's going to start loading parcels. So you'll see every parcel on the screen comes up in these white lines. And we can go ahead and click on one, and it's going to start to pull up details about that parcel. So you'll see here 42, and we can see here it sits within a flood zone, so that's going to be a red flag for us. It is zoned residential R1. And if we want to do a little more detailed searching, we can close out of this. We can start to turn on the layers of the map here. So the first one is zoning. It's going to pull up a key code color based. So green is residential, orange is vacant land, blue is commercial, and if it sits outside of that, like this one here, used as high-tech research industrial property. So if it's sitting outside of anything that could potentially be used for residential or commercial, it gets no overlay. So we have that. We can turn that off for now. Let's take a look back at a residential parcel along this road. We'll turn off our zoning, and now we can look at elevation. So if we zoom in, elevation keys will come up on the site. It looks pretty flat. Flood zones. So you can see in the back here we have a flood zone coming across this parcel, close but doesn't seem to touch. No problem. And then wetlands. You'll see any wetland designations in the state of New York coming up. So it looks like there's a stream here, some wetland, forested area down here. So that's the main way that we kind of use this map to search for parcels. In the next release, we will have a filter bar up here, so you'll be able to search via lot size, price per acre, total price of the lot, and its different zoning regulations. And so that'll allow you to kind of hone in if you're looking for off-market deals, finding lots within an area. So the other main aspect of the free tier is that you'll see down here you have run zoning report, run feasibility study, and add to pipeline. Feasibility study and pipeline are locked in the free plan, but you do get 3 free zoning reports per month. So we're going to go through and take a look at how we would use that. Let's say that you were searching Zillow and you came across a lot you really like. We were looking here in Ulster County. I found this 50-acre lot for a good price. We'll click in and take a look. You'll notice that raw land does not have an address associated with it. So there is a little bit of work on your part to figure out exactly which parcel that is, but I'll show you. It's usually pretty simple. So we can take this address, I'm going to copy it, and we're just going to paste it into our search bar up here and run search. If the address exists, it'll come up in the autofill, but that's going to bring us over to Ellenville. And now I'm going to go back to this, and we're just going to take a look in the description. Located on Route 52, we know that already. 52 acres, but according to public records, 48.4. So it's going to be somewhere around that zone. And then if we go into Zillow Photos, there's almost always a key map here. So if we scroll down, lots of great photos, looks like a beautiful site, some water features on there that we'll have to take a look at. Here we go. So we can see if we click in on this large one, I'm just going to look for some clues as to where to exactly look here. We have Route 52 and then the river running along, and it looks like it's right off of where the Briggs Highway splits from Route 52. So let's go back to our dashboard, and we're going to zoom out a bit here, and here I have Route 52, and if we go up here, here's Briggs Highway, so it should be right there, and let's double check, but this looks right. We've got 50 acres, and the shape is kind of this keyed out notch in the corner. Looks like it matches exactly. And there we go. Before I run anything, we can zoom in. It does look like we have a small wetland area that crosses over that. And in my flood zone, it is calling out that it sits in flood zone A. So if I turn on flood, we can see that the river does have a small portion of it. Let's turn off our zoning so we can see properly. It does look like that's coming in there. Okay, that's a pretty good overview. Let's run the zoning report. So I have it selected. I'm going to hit run zoning report. It's going to take a second, but here we go. Here's our parcel, significant obstacles. That's going to be that it has partial zone A and wetlands on site. So that's going to knock that down to a significant. It did say as well, I saw in the description, if we go back and look, that because there's the river, any type of bridge is going to require permitting through DEC. So definitely something worth knowing. And it does look like there's some hair on this site, but it is a beautiful piece of land. If we go down, zoning district is rural, minimum lot size 5 acres, easily meets that. Max height of the building 35 feet. Notes on the setbacks for this. So we're looking directly at the zoning code for this town, this parcel, and so you can get all of your setbacks and notes. Subdivision potential, yes, obviously you have to go through specific permitting process for that to subdivide it. Any information on ADUs and short-term rentals, and then all of the information you'll need to do your due diligence with code and compliance. So whether or not the parcel is using stretch code for its building codes, utility territories, building department, when the data was last reviewed. So if you upgrade, you can create a project out of this. We'll do another video that shows what that process looks like on the higher grade tiers. And if you need help with it, we're always open to coming on as a partner and helping you walk through this stuff. So thanks for checking it out. I hope you play around with the tool and would love your feedback.